Okay, well, hello again. So I did want to actually go over um, part some issues that you want to pay attention to when you get to working on assignment 1A. And those are your simple shape compositions using, again, it's going to be three triangles and three squares, all of the same color. So in this case, I have three black squares. You'll see here, one, two, oh, two, and three. Here, I can just select this whole thing, right? And you'll see my shapes here. So I have one square, two squares, right? You'll see they go off the page. Three squares. This is actually one triangle. This is my second triangle, which is the same size and shape. And then this last one is my third. And then I have my compositional frame that I, was able then to drag over so I can obscure everything that falls outside of my compositional frame. This was sort of the result I ended with, just, for demonstration purposes. I think one thing that's interesting about it is that the white shapes start, or the white space, right, of the compositional field, what we might call the background, starts to actually become object-like as well. But then so does the black, right? So both of these you can start to see as both figure and space. Probably the white almost seems a little more object-like than the black does, frankly. So that's one thing that you can really come out of with playing around with this quite a lot, and doing what is not maybe most immediately obvious. Okay. You do want to get these absolute. I think I could do a better job at getting this to be absolutely symmetrical. I feel like as I look at this, it is not quite. So you do want to pay attention to that as you go. Now, I think it will be helpful to me, right? Okay, so one other really important thing, the dimensions of this compositional field right here. So that original square that you made that has the black outline and the white fill, right, that you're composing on or within, right here. For these for assignment 1A, the dimensions of those compositional fields need to be 8 inches by 8 inches. Okay, that is a little bit of a pain on PowerPoint because the slide is not, is really shorter than that. So you have to really zoom out, right? So either Control or Command minus, okay, on your keyboard. So to zoom out, so that you can sort of see everything as you need to. Now, the final step of this, ultimately, we'd like to be able to print out just this black and white area here, and that is 8 inches by 8 inches. So that I can either do a graphite transfer of that onto my Bristol, right? Or I can use it definitely as a to scale reference, right? So it's going to be the same scale as the handmade, hand painted image that's going to look exactly like this, or even more accurate and refined. That we are going to be doing next for assignment 1B, right? That's the last part of this. We are going to actually make this into a painting, right? With painted black areas and painted white areas centered on a Bristol board surface that we prepare. So I actually am going to show, if I go ahead and just save this as is right now, right, as a PDF or something like that, export it as a PDF, that's really probably going to be tricky. I'm going to have to kind of print a lot of copies before I am able to get this, I think, to be 8 by 8. And I'll probably cut off the top and the bottom of the image is not going to show up on the PDF image. It'll just print what's in the window of the PowerPoint. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a screenshot situation. Let me just zoom in a tiny bit here. So for me on my keyboard, the screenshot is Shift, and then I hold down Command, and then I do 4 all at the same time, right? And so I'm doing that now. You can see I get my screenshot. I'm going to put my crosshairs right at the carefully at the edge of my composition so that I'm ensured exactly what I see here, right? And not that I don't make it into a rectangle or something else, okay? I want to get right on the edge here. Okay, and then I click down and I drag out my compositional frame. Look at the numbers in the lower right-hand corner. Okay, let's see. Ooh. All right, that tells me right here, right, I am at 4, is that a 66 or 56? I can't tell because of my bad eyes, but it's square, okay? And it's right at the edge, so that's great. So now I'm gonna release, and that you can hear the sound. That means it did a screenshot and it's looking okay. I am then actually going to put that into a Word document, okay? So I can then print it. All right, it's a little bit of an extra step, but it's probably a pretty easy extra step. I think all of you are familiar with Word. Here, I'm going to actually go ahead. I created a document already. You do have to adjust the margins when you create your Word document. So I'm going to go ahead up to here to Word. I am going to go to File, New Document. Okay, that brings up this new document. I'm not sure why this always does this, sorry. All right, and then where am I gonna go for this new document? I am gonna go to here. I have these different menus. I'm gonna go to Layout right here, click on that. Because I do need, the first thing I need to do is change my margins, because this here represents an 8.5 by 11 regular piece of copy paper, printer paper. I have a composition, right, that is 8 inches across by 8 inches tall. So that leaves me a 1/4 inch on each side. I want to make sure that that prints. So I need to have a margin that's smaller than a 1/4 inch, okay? I hope that makes sense. So we're going to go up to margins, and here I'm going to go to custom margins, because the narrowest I can make right now by just a preset choice is not narrow enough, okay? I don't need to change the top and bottom margins at all because I have plenty of length on the top and bottom. So custom margins, this comes up. I need to change the left one, right, with my keyboard. I'm going to go, I don't know, 0.18, okay, maybe. All right. And then I'm going to do the right one the same, 0.18. Oh, actually, no, sorry, I'm sorry. This is easier, right? So I'm actually going to go here. Sorry, this will work. I'm going to go for the left. That's where my cursor shows up. So I'm going to go 0.2, let's say 24, okay? And then for the right one, I'm also going to go, I guess, 0.24, okay? That should be okay here. Let's just do that. Okay, that's good. That should place this pretty much in the center, of the whole document. Okay, so we've had the left and the right changed. We're going to go ahead and hit OK, and that it says some margins are outside the printable area of the page. Ignore this. Okay, say it's too bad, right? Okay. Now, right, that I have this all set up. Here, I'm going to get rid of this one. Hold on. No, don't save. All right, now I'm gonna go find my, oh, sorry, my screenshot is, which one is it? This one. Right here, this is my screenshot, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and just drag it on to my file. And you can see it's not its full size right yet. It is set at the right position and it'll stay there on this side. So my job now is to actually go ahead, click on it, and then I'm gonna actually drag it out to, look, right? We have the numbers for width and height. I'm gonna drag it all the way to 8 by 8, okay, and then release, okay? So now we know this is 8 inches across by 8 inches high. And so when we go to print it out, it's going, you know, we can go ahead up here. I mean, you could save this as a PDF so it prints exactly as it's going to be. You could probably also, if I print it now, I'm not connected to a printer, but let's just try. Let's go to print. Let's see what comes up. All right. So here, let me just see. So, we probably, or this will probably work, right? I'm looking at the preview, right? And what it looks like. You should see a very narrow bit of, you know, space between, you know, it should look like a 1/4 inch, right? If you see here. You might have something that says show details here. If you do, go ahead and click that. I might be able to do, oh, here, layout. Oh, no border, right? So if I do, for my prompts, that's good, right? So I have no border, so it's not going to add its own border, which is good. You might have something that's a little bit different. Copies and pages. All right, so that's probably fine. For this, I'm going to print all, right? And this is fine, right? So you should be okay printing from here. If you know, if your printer prompt gives you the options to show details, go ahead in there and click in there. You may have to also then select an option that says scale, okay? Click on scale and then make sure that you enter 100% as your, you know, as the scale, because you want it to print at the actual size that this is and not have a border automatically added in here around it. Otherwise, it's going to give you a length that is less than 8 inches by 8 inches. Okay? My hope is that this will help. You can print this out then, and then that, you know, you'll be all set for the next part of, you know, the next stage of this whole project, which is assignment 1B, which is making this into a painting. Okay? All right. Good luck and good luck. Bye.